What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we've actually received some pretty exciting news about General Grievous in the latest community transmission. Now, in the transmission we received news on his abilities, star cards, emotes and victory poses, skins, and some of the voice lines he'll use as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get stuck straight into reading all of this stuff out for you guys. If you do want to read the transmission yourself, there will be a link down in the description for that as well. Before the transmission starts, we are greeted with an image of Grievous, which I'll put on screen for you guys to see. So the transmission starts off just generally explaining what Grievous is like. There's not a whole lot of information in there other than how scary they think he is and how much of a challenge he was to bring to the game, so the first few paragraphs is nothing too important. The next thing to read as I scroll down is his abilities, which I think is the most exciting part of it for me, so I'm going to go ahead and read exactly what his abilities are and what they do. The first ability is called Thrust Surge, and this says General Grievous focuses on a target in front of him and rushes to them while doing a stab motion with all 4 of his lightsabers. Now that sounds pretty exciting to me, and I'm very keen to see how that plays out in game. The second ability is called Claw Rush, and this says General Grievous goes down on all 6 limbs and rushes forward, damaging and pushing away any enemies within his path. Now, I think this is actually the one that we saw that sort of leaked image of him crawling a bit like a spider, so definitely very keen to see how this plays out as well. The third ability is called Unrelenting Advance, and it says General Grievous spins 2 lightsabers over his head and can advance on his enemies. While this is active, Grievous blocks any frontal attacks and damages enemies in front of him. So, by the sounds of it, this is sort of like the attack he does on Obi-Wan on Utapau when he sort of runs at him with the helicopter lightsabers, so very keen to see this one as well. So overall, they seem like some pretty cool abilities to me, definitely very aggressive abilities as well, which I think is pretty exciting. They're almost all attacking abilities rather than defensive, so I think that goes to show that he is going to be really aggressive in game. However, the Claw Rush ability does seem like it'll get you out of trouble quickly, which really suits his character in both Revenge of the Sith and the Clone Wars as well. The next thing on the list is the star cards, and I'm going to just quickly skim through all of these ones as well. The first star card is called Beating Heart, and the effect is increased health regeneration, and the description says General Grievous has increased maximum health regeneration, so that's sort of a pretty run-of-the-mill star card there. The next one is Cyborg Rage, and this says health regained for the effect. And the description says whenever General Grievous defeats an enemy trooper, he regains 20 health. Whenever he defeats an enemy hero, he regains even more. So this is just the normal health on kill star card that we get for people like Luke and Vader and all those that already have the star cards in the game. The next card is called Sith Trained, and the effect is increased damage and stamina drain. Description says General Grievous deals extra damage with his lightsaber attacks, but they do drain more stamina. The next card says Jedi Killer. The effect is increased reach, and description says General Grievous can target enemies further when using the Thrust Surge ability. The next one is called Momentum, and the effect is increased damage. The description says Thrust Surge deals more damage to targets further than X meters. So obviously as you upgrade the card, I'm assuming that the X meters will sort of mean that it's going to increase the actual range of the card. The next card is called Cowardly Retreat, and the effect is damage reduction, and the description says General Grievous has more damage reduction while the Claw Rush is active. The next card says Line Up Weaklings, and effect is increased damage. The description says after one enemy has been hit, Claw Rush deals more damage. The next card is Ceaseless Assault. The effect is increased active time, and the description says Unrelenting Advance can stay active for a longer period. The last card on the list says Deadly Slashes, and the effect is increased damage again. The description says Unrelenting Advance deals more damage. So overall, some pretty well-rounded cards by the sounds of it. Obviously, we can't really tell how they'll play out until we do get to play as him, but from the sounds of it, they are pretty much what you'd expect. Now, the next thing on the list is his voice lines, which aren't actually the emotes, but what he'll say at random times as he walks around the map. Now, it says a small selection of these are below. We have, "You are a bold one, your lightsabers will make a fine addition to my collection," which I think those two are probably the most requested from the community. "You must realise you are doomed. I wield great power, Jedi full. The story of Obi-Wan Kenobi ends here. Make peace with the Force now, for this is your final outing. Your screams are like music to my audio receptors," which again is a very requested one from the Battlefront 2 community. "The Kaleesh are not known for their mercy. This will be easier than Dathomir. A general welcomes all challenges. This calls for a celebration. Now, devastation tactics. Do not cling to me like a Dianoga attack. Temper, temper, you know where the anger leads." So overall, some pretty good voice lines there, and I'm very keen to see how these play out in the game. We then get his victory poses, which are Lines of Death, Jedi Hunt, Doom, and Consider Yourself Crushed, which obviously that kind of doesn't really tell us anything because we can't see what they're going to be, so that's sort of a bit of an unknown until we see them in the game. And the emotes are, you are a bold one, crush them, surrender, and your screams are music to my audio receptors. So the emotes are pretty decent by the sounds of it, and as for the victory poses, like I said, we'll have to wait and see until we are in the game. They have also added these milestones as well, but these aren't really worth reading out, seeing as they're pretty much identical to every other characters. It's just 30 kills with each ability and then a certain amount of score as General Grievous, so nothing really new there. The last thing in the transmission is his appearances. The base appearance is called Jedi Hunter, and it says when you think of General Grievous, this will be the appearance that you mostly think of. We do also have a second appearance for Grievous as well, which is called Battle Damage, and it says if General Grievous wasn't feared enough, then his battle damaged appearance will certainly invoke additional a sense of fear. So it also goes on to say that the battle damage appearance will be classified as rare and costs 20,000 credits or 500 crystals. Then it also sort of finishes off saying General Grievous will cost 35,000 credits and will not be purchasable by crystals. Remember to do your daily challenges and to log in each day for your daily crate reward. So that's pretty much all of the news from the transmission, guys. Obviously that's pretty much all they could cover for now, but this time next week he will be in game, so the wait is finally over after all these months since launch. I know the video was super short, but I just thought I'd get this news out to you guys as soon as possible. I don't usually do these kind of news update videos on the channel, but with all the exciting stuff coming in the future, I'll definitely start doing my best to keep you guys up to date. If you guys are as keen as I am to play as Grievous, then make sure to smack that like button. Only a few more days and he will finally be playable in Battlefront 2. If you are new to the channel, then feel free to subscribe and make sure to turn on your notifications so you don't miss out on any Battlefront 2 guides or live streams. Thank you all so much for watching. You guys have a great day and I'll catch you all in the next one.